So last we left off, you guys went to meet with the Grey Lanterns, trying to find a way in to the city. They offered you access via in-and-out as well as protection in exchange for completing some jobs for them, one of which was to retrieve a sealed coffer from the vault of Brimstone Keep in in-and-out, and the other was to escort two ASMR children from Emberdeep Halls to a Githyanki male known as the Broker at the Golden Fang Underground Club. With some veiled threats of Velis Mar saying that he perhaps knew some of your associates, aka Connie and Henry. You guys felt like you had to accept, even though you didn't really want to go through with the contracts. So with some counter-spelling magic, managed to sign the contract, or at least JAFF managed to sign the contracts, deceiving Velis Mar, but not the Oathkeepers, the ones that arbit on these magical contracts. You escorted Connie and Henry out of the Dawnfields. They left the footholds and have been transported to Emberfield with Fontaine under the protection of the Serpentines. You then went, signed the contracts, and were given access by one of the Grey Lanterns into In-and-Out. In-and-Out is this sprawling subterranean city within a city, with a lava fall flowing from top to bottom. Brimstone Keep at its centre, the vaulted warrens at the top, and then at the bottom you have Emberdeep Halls, which is a temple and religious area to the god Bahamut, who is the Platinum Dragon and the god of good metallic dragons, as well as the Underforges, which is a small area underneath that houses the majority of the forges of Northspire. You had a brief scout around of In-and-Out and are able to now decide your course of action. You know that there are various tunnels within In-and-Out that can take you to various levels of low spire, mid spire, and high spire. So yeah, the world is your oyster as you are standing. I believe we ended up, you guys were in the middle level, having a scout around Brimstone Keep. So you're location-wise, you're about here-ish.
I'm in agreement that I think that, as we discussed earlier, we should do what we're here to do now. Or not even necessarily do it, but let's get it. So let's get the box and let's get the two children while we're here. And from there, I don't have a real plan because I can't really plan for the unknown, but I think while we're here, it's best to just do it, get them, and the rest of my plan pertains to what happens if we go wrong, because I don't have a dog in this fight at all. Like, JAFF, there's a lot of stuff here for you. There's a lot of secrets and there's a lot of things that you need. So I don't recommend that if things go wrong that you necessarily flee or if shit kicks off. So this is how I see it. The box is fine, depending on what's in the box. So whatever's in the box, either ZARLOK can defend, JAFF can defend, or at worst, yeah, can defend. I know you're a bard, so your help isn't amazing, but
I'll defend it with my life.
You can defend it with your life, sure. The children, however, will need utility in terms of fleeing, like actually getting away. Of all of us.
On the children, the one quick point I'll make is if we do grab them and we are set on getting them out of here, we have to do that in kind of one fell swoop. I feel like we can't
hide
grab them and then just be like, yeah, no, just knock about with us for a while, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can.
I don't know if we'd want to, though.
Yeah.
I think if we get them, we can take them out. Well, the thing is,
just send them, put them in a lift and just say, right,
we get them and leave with them, then that's it. Like,
what if we just take them to a hospital? Are there hospitals here? I mean,
yeah, there are like medical places.
Do you think that the Grey Lanterns would? Yeah, listen, who gives a fuck? To be honest with you, I'm thinking too much about it. Let's just crack on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck it. No, we're here. I think it would be silly not to.
Yeah,
do both.
Let's do it. So what's first, box or kids? Box or kids?
I'm playing devil's advocate for no reason here. So
let's get the box first, then we can get the kids. But my only thing was, if it kicks off, and we have to get the kids out of there, I will take them on my own because I'm the quickest in terms of I have a lot
But
of
how are you gonna?
teleportation spells and stuff like that.
Shit, that's
I have the
kinda
most
cool.
utility in terms of spell slots, and I would be able to move quickest alone because JAFF needs to be here in terms of what's going on. ZARLOK's too obvious and too slow, and your spell slots are extremely limited.
Yeah.
So,
Are you calling me useless? No, I'm joking.
but in terms of protecting the box, I think it's better with one of you three. But I will look after the kids.
Well, I feel like we're
I
going
will
to open
protect
the
the
box and
box.
just take whatever's in it.
Yeah,
aren't
because
we,
we're fucking off that
realistically?
contract, aren't we? What happens to us if we fuck that contract off?
I think it gets told to Antoine's spies or whatever.
Oh, our names.
Yeah, they know we're here anyway. They know we're here.
The copper contract violations included contract notification, forfeiture of payments, sale of signatory identities, likenesses, and known associates to interested buyers.
Yeah.
Also, they accept no responsibility for consequences arising from any knowledge accidentally required.
Yeah,
and you
okay,
also
I
know that
understand.
as it was a magical contract, your contract also is not just with the Grey Lanterns, but also with the Oath Keepers.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, on a level, guys, I have no known associates. I mean, maybe Des. Do you know what I mean? Uncle Des, he's out there, but I haven't seen him in fucking years. The only associates I have are you guys and Cyrell. And Orek, he's out there as well. In this fight, I'm sure I can take down an Oathkeeper as well.
Fuck it, let's do the box.
Okay.
Let's do the box now.
Okay, so from your preliminary research last session, you worked out that Brimstone Keep is heavily fortified. There were, we're talking dozens of guards around the outside. You were told by Velis that there was a secret passageway into the vault, but it is covered by this lava fall. So you have to find some sort of way to get around that. Or, of course, the other option is to venture head on and
See what
try
happens.
that way. Like I said, there were dozens of guards all armed, and you worked out that Brimstone Keep has not opened its doors in decades.
Brilliant. Okay.
Gil,
Hello.
you think you've got a way of stopping this flow of lava / diverting it if you were able to be right in front of it and kind of cast your spells?
In terms of, do I have a spell that will be able to stop it?
Well, stop it, divert the kind of direction of it, anything like that. Because I can get you right in front of it.
Short answer is no.
Right.
Looking at my spells, a lot of them are either divination or utility spells, not a lot of pure transmutation and stuff like that, especially of the land. So no is the short answer.
Okay, Jan.
Yes.
From where we're stood here right now, are there any kind of objects I can see that I might be able to divert the? Is there how wide is this lava fall?
It's probably, I would say, 15, maybe 20 feet wide. It's quite a hefty
Jesus.
lava fall.
Okay.
Is there anything that I can see, any kind of rock?
Yeah,
or
I was going to say,
anything
are there loose
looks
rocks that we could...
not 15, 20 foot wide, but decently wide enough?
There's a lot of rubble, especially around this area. It's a bit further down from where because you guys are around about up here.
Yeah.
This whole subterranean area is carved out, but
see.
roughly it's just chiseled out. That's enough space to put a keep here. Let's put a keep here. It's quite dangerous, but there is a lot of loose rubble that sort of piles around in areas that are less travelled.
Okay, I've got a plan.
Okay.
I'm going to need each of you guys to grab a bit of rubble which looks big enough to fit, to basically cover two people.
Yeah, okay.
From their heads.
We're just
You
going
know
to
what I
walk
mean?
under it.
Don't worry, I got this.
We don't know if there's a fucking entrance behind it.
We saw an entrance behind it.
This
You
specific...
saw a slight sort of
well, that's
indentation
okay.
bulge where the lava sort of goes against where an entrance would have been and then carries on going afterwards.
Okay, then I believe you, mate, and I trust
I
you.
think this is a great idea.
Cool. Everyone just make investigation checks for me to find suitable pieces of rubble.
There we go. Ooh, decent.
That's huge from ZARLOK.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you've rolled above a 5 on an investigation before.
Jeff?
Well, I don't. I need them to all have wands to fit above 2 people's
Okay,
heads.
cool.
But I'll look as well.
Yeah, you've got
I
eyes.
think
Help the
you help
team.
it out. I'll say, so you need 3 large pieces of rubble. You find 2 that you're very confident will do the job. You find a third that you hope will withstand the pressure of the lava. It's the
Amazing.
right sort of size, but it seems a little bit more flimsy than the other 2, so you have to pray that it does the job.
All right, we've got 2 good bits, 1 flimsy bit. Are there any volunteers / are we playing rock, paper, scissors? Or what are you guys playing rock, paper, scissors?
In my mind, there's only one man to go first, and I push ZARLOK.
You didn't even have to push me. ZARLOK's already stepping towards it without a rock.
Okay. Well, for ZARLOK, considering you're so big, I mean, I don't know. Do you want to take the flimsy or the strong? One of the strong rocks.
Flimsy's got the most HP, isn't it?
I'd take the flimsy, yeah.
ZARLOK's going to take the flimsy. I'm going to cast fly on myself.
Crazy.
And I'm going to get ZARLOK to hold on to me, and we're going to fly through this with the rock above our head. ZARLOK holding it above our head, me concentrating on flying.
Cool. I will need a strength check from you, Jack, to carry him. I'll say you have to make it with advantage because ZARLOK will be holding on to you, as it's not like an opposed check or anything.
Yeah.
And ZARLOK, I'll need just a luck check from you. Roll a d20. You do not want to roll a 7 or below.
All right, come on, give me a luck check first to know if...
Nice.
Cool. Look, the
Nice.
rock will hold up. So now I need a strength check with advantage from you, Jaff.
Nice, okay.
Okay, you cast fly on yourself. ZARLOK sort of like hugs you, one arm around your like waist, one arm holding this like rock over you guys' heads, and you fly through the lava. It is scorching hot just from the sheer radiance of the lava around you guys, but you go in at such an angle and such a speed that the lava sort of flow is redirected by the rock, and you land inside a quite smoothly cut out cavern that disappears off into the darkness, at least 60 feet ahead of you before the darkness sort of fades into, you can't see any further than that pretty much.
All right.
But that is one of you guys ahead.
Take the rock, fly back, and then be like, okay, who's next?
All right, another luck check on the way back. Now you need to roll anything. You don't want to roll a 9 or below. You managed to get through again. You don't think this rock is usable ever again.
No.
It's on its last legs, but you managed to get back with it.
Okay, we got through with the flimsy rock. Who next?
Me.
Cool. Just a strength check with advantage then to get through. That's fine. Yeah, because it's only small and light. You zoom through once again. No problems. All good.
All right, back with that strong rock.
Cool. No roll necessary. That rock is good enough to be used.
And then lastly with Gil.
Cool. One last strength check with advantage.
Oh, nice.
And same as before, the 3 of you manage to get through. The 2 manage to get through the lava fall without any. You're sweating and you're like soot covered from just the ash that is like falling off from the melting rock above you. But you managed to get through. You're all standing in a hollowed out like cavern tunnel network that sort of goes forwards and slightly up. It is extremely dark. Any of you that have dark vision could see 60 feet in front of you in a black and white sort of haze, but the tunnel network is longer than 60 feet, so you can't really see ahead of you as you keep walking through.
Okay, great success, boys. You know what that deserves.
Where'd you get that from, Jack? You cheeky bugger.
Also, Jan, just so you know, so I have 120 feet of dark vision, and I think I have 10 feet of true sight as well.
Yeah. So I mean, the point of view is that because it's actually at a vertical angle, you can look up. But obviously, it's eventually about probably at the edge of your dark vision range. It starts to plateau again, so you can't really see anything. You can't see the plateau until you get to that level. But you can see that there's nothing in the 120 feet away from you. It is just.
I'm just saying in general as well, for if we're going to be in kind of darkness. Just to,
no, that's good to know.
Right.
Oh, my roll 20 is just bugged out. Sorry, a second. One moment.
All right, we cracking on then, boys?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think this is
Can't see shit.
get in, get out. Do we want to open the box while we're in there in case like getting the box would slow us down? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
I think that
yeah.
might be a really great idea.
Also, if we
think
open it there and
opening
then,
the box in there is good.
yeah, because we can also shut the box and walk out as if we never did, you know, and people won't say, "Oh, what's that you're holding?" They'll say, "Oh, that's a nice box you have."
What, like an Indiana Jones, like,
Quick swap.
just like looks like it's like still there, really.
If there's something booky in the box as well, we might not want to have it with us and like open
Yeah.
it somewhere. Like,
Also, what if we
You know
open the
what I
box
mean?
and it's like a spirit that we release? I wouldn't just throw it out there. I'm just throwing
I'd
it
be
out
glad it would be left there and not like opening it up in like Jaff's son's room or something like that.
Here you go, Henry, got your present. Fucking beholder pops out, Baldur's Gate 3 star.
Ascending up through this sort of vertically angled tunnel network.
yeah.
Do we feel as if we know where we're going, Ian, or is this a complete shot in the dark? Because
There is only one route. It doesn't seem to have like any sprawling like offshoots. There is just one tunnel that is sort of just going forwards.
It's like this path was made for us.
You were told by what's the guy's name? You were told by Casquil, Nine Locks, the guy with the metal jaw. That this is a tunnel network that leads directly into the vault of Brimstone Keep. So it should bypass all of the halls of this keep, all of the different rooms. It will just go directly to according to him, it will go directly to the vault, which is where they believe their intel says that the box is being kept. So as you reach the plateau, off, in the distance, you see a small opening in the cavern and some low levels of light. It's too far away to make out what's inside it yet. But you can see that there seems to be an opening out into the cavern, probably about 80 feet ahead. Do you guys approach? Do you do so stealthily? Do you just walk through? What is your current vibe as you get close to what you believe?
I mean,
could be
I'd
the
like to
entrance?
think I'm like linking arms with someone because I can't see anything.
We got to be
Let's try and be
approaching
stealthy.
stealthily,
Yeah.
surely.
Be stealthy if we can.
Okay, stealth checks from the party.
There we go.
These are
boys.
obviously just made flat, no advantage for Jaff to turn off. Cool.
Oh, fuck's sake, Yeg, you twat. Oh, gee whiz. Zarlok, man.
So that's an average roll of around about 13. You make your way to this cavernous entrance, and let me just roll with dice.
I'm gonna check if he's done his average properly as well.
I eyeballed it, I guess. I can't lie. I said it was around about 13. You managed to make it up to the edge of the cavern entrance, the vault entrance, undetected. And looking in, you guys see a vault filled with jewels, with gold, with all manner of items. And at the center, seemingly unmoving and just like a statue, a golem made of pure stone. It is the same stone that is built, that the inner mount was built out of.
Oh, no.
It is pure, like black, acrid, basalt, obsidian kind of stone. But there seems to be no light in the eyelids of this golem at present. It seems to be completely unmoving.
Do you think it's dead?
Fucking hell! Look at that! Ah! Do you think he's dead?
Anyone that wishes to make a perception check,
Yeah.
please feel free to.
Could I, instead, from where I am, especially on the nat 20 from Zarlok on the perception, could I instead make an Arcana check?
On the golem itself,
Yeah.
you're more than welcome to, yes. Okay.
Tasty.
So, Zarlok, on your nat 20 perception check, you see that you didn't really read the contract because you can barely read, but it was read out loud to you, and you know that the coffer was something that was made of a black iron metal measuring no more than 2 forearms in length. Over here, in the corner, something that seems to match that description. And on that nat 20 perception check, I'll also say, just for a flash, just levitating up in the air, probably near the height of this vault is probably about like 70 feet high, maybe even 80 feet high. It's quite a large cavernous vault. Flying up in the air, flying through and in between the columns, staying out of sight where no one else has noticed it, and you only get a flicker of an image of it. You see a dark purple, almost black orb floating about. Now, I believe that you were there. You were there when they found this similar object in Vilgefortz's sanctum in Zahith. This is a scrying eye. The other ones have seemed to have been static and more of a way of communicating. This one seems to be acting more like a sentry, floating around. And on your Arcana check, Triple G, you don't believe that this stone golem is dead. You just believe it is currently inactive. You're unsure. I mean, assuming you have conversations with ZARLOK about that scrying eye, you're unsure if the connection is almost if the eyes are the eye, and the golem is more like a something controlled by the views of that eye, or if that is just the warning system, and once the warning goes, it then puts this stone golem into action.
Fuck.
I'm assuming by the way that you guys are still trying to be hidden behind. I'm going to move you back a little bit behind the entrance, so you're not within view of the golem.
Yes.
So the thing that we want
Is there in the back right corner.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah, I thought so. Is there a path we can take, or one of us can take, that doesn't get seen by the scrying eye? Like, is it just one scrying eye doing like a little loop, or does it?
I mean, I have my cloak of invisibility, but
that would, yeah. I mean, it's the beginnings of an idea, because I think really, if we can just get in and out and not worry about it, that's chill.
How about this?
Mm-hmm.
This is a plan. We don't have to go there.
Yeah.
I go invisible, go over, and open the box to see what's in it. If it's not worth it,
We
leave
just
it
back
there and
out.
pretend like nothing happened. But if it's actually worth it, then
Yeah,
I'll like message one of you, and then we figure out what we're doing.
well, can I just point out what happens then is the Oath Keepers will be mad, and we will have broken that contract just straight away.
Fuck
Oh yeah,
keepers.
well, it's just something to keep in mind.
It is just something to keep in
by
mind.
opening it,
That-
you break the contract.
yeah, and-
whether
But we
or
were
not
always
that
breaking the contract.
Well, we were.
As a wise man once said, YOLO.
If one of us, you, is able to get there, cloak invisibility, rolling stealth. I don't know what the concept of rolling stealth is. We're talking in character. I assume we'll just sort this out nice and easy. Scrying eye might be an issue though.
I'll help you with this. I'll give Gil some bardic, and I'm going to cast Bane on the scrying eye and the golem.
Ooh.
What is the range of Bane? 30 feet. I believe the scrying eye would be out of range of that. No, neither of them are within 30 feet of you.
Right, well, you're a waste man. I'll save that then and just cast silvery barbs on everything going forward, because that has a bigger range. Waste man.
So, Gil, are you using the invisibility cloak to try and maneuver your way towards the box?
Yes. Can we, before I do this, can you talk me through again the bits and pieces of my cloak invisibility? Because I can't remember what we have. So I go invisible for what, an hour a day? Was that right?
Yeah, it has an hour's charge. It's an action to don, an action to doff the cloak.
I don and go invisible.
Okay, so you are... where are you? Gildor, Gilgalad. So you are 100 and...
Can scrying eye see through invisibility?
I was
know
just
that?
thinking that.
Would I know? Would I know that as a spellcaster?
I would say a standard scrying eye, couldn't. There are definitely ways where you can layer enchantments over a scrying eye to do certain things. For you to know that, you would have to get a bit closer and make an Arcana check.
To the box or to the eye?
To the eye. I mean, you can't currently see the eye. You could wait a while and see if it does another round and see if you can get a bead on it and then make that Arcana check.
Oh, wait. Whoa, wait. Okay. At any point throughout the scrying eyes rounds, how close would you say it gets to us at tops?
I will draw pretty much like the route it's taking. I will do it in this purplish color. So it sort of sticks behind and around. Oh, that's a really bad color because it covers it from the shadow. Let me just do it in like a green. You can see it easy that way. It sort of does like, it comes in and out of these pillars, going up and around. It stays mainly around here, and then it comes back around itself.
Are we seeing?
I'm seeing nothing.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
So it sort of goes in and around these pillars, and it stays in this area because it believes that this is the entrance to the thing.
Okay, I have a blindness spell I can cast on something, but I have to be within 30 feet.
I mean, should we just do this invisibility thing?
Fuck it. If we have to fight a golem, we have to fight a golem, boys.
Yeah.
Alright, fuck it, fine.
Right, I'm invisible. I'm going for the box.
Cool.
Preferably not standing on any like coins, like Bilbo Baggins style, and giving it away.
Yeah. So you will be making stealth checks with advantage because you're invisible, and the stealth checks will be you trying to not step on anything or make any noise. Yeah. Your movement speed is 30 feet.
Yeah.
And you've got
so it will take you 3.5 rounds. So it'll take you 7 rounds to get there and back.
Jesus.
Because you could dash, but then you'd lose the advantage from your stealth checks.
No, I'm gonna use my only other third level spell slot, and I'm gonna cast fly on him again.
Okay.
So I can touch a willing creature and he can fly. So he's gonna fly invisible.
Okay.
Wow.
So you only need to make 1 stealth check, which will be actually picking up the box and not making any noise, and that will be made with advantage. So, I won't take the one you just. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'd say roll another one because it's the rules have changed.
Seven stealth checks is fucking impossible. You're even with advantage, you're bound to roll.
I only have a plus one as well. Do you want me to roll it with advantage or flat?
You roll it with advantage. So you made it there, all okay. Gilgalad, you are there, all okay. Make your stealth check with advantage.
Is this to pick the box up?
This is to pick up the box up without making any noise and alerting anything.
Oh yeah, but the scrying eye's going to see a floating box in the middle of the room, isn't it?
Well, you could put it under the cape.
Yeah.
Oh right, shit. Yeah, okay. Come on, boys!
Yeah! That's fucking so huge.
Amazing. So you pick up the box. You avoid the scrying eye detecting you. The golem stays turned off, and you manage to make it back to your party, in and out, complete and utterly silently.
Holy fuck! Let's back out, boys.
I'm so glad I picked fly. Jesus Christ! Used it so many times this session already.
Fuck, it's no tomorrow. Right. As soon as we're out of like visual.
Back down the cavern, I say, and then open it.
Right. As soon as we're in a quiet little spot, I'm gonna make a quick detect magic on the box. Just double check what's going on before I open it, which I will do.
What if? Hang on, guys. Can I actually just pitch this real quick? I can cast Unseen Servant. If Unseen Servant opens the box, does that mean we don't break the contract? Or is it my spell, therefore it's me? Would we know that?
Good question.
I will bring up the contract and let you read through it, and I'll let you decide whether you think that will do it.
Okay.
Right. Fuck the contract. We're not playing by their rules.
No, you're right. I get it. But equally, if we can mitigate disaster.
These are the lines that would be important.
Oh.
It's not
about who opens it.
It's about it being shut.
Ignorance is protection. Those motherfuckers.
I think opening it with a mage hand or anything like that, though, is still a good idea.
Just in case it's got like a reactive explosion or something.
Just in case some shit just like kicks off.
I think you're right. It's a good like defense. Whoa.
I gently mage hand the box open.
So you're in this little cavern area. I'm assuming because it's quite dark for you guys, there's someone doing some sort of light in here so you can see, or are you the only one with dark vision being able to see this?
Does anyone have a light?
I don't. I was just looking for it.
I'll light a torch out.
Yeah, I would assume someone has a torch. Yeah, that's fine.
I'll light a torch.
Would prestidigitation make light as well? Fuck.
You can do that as well. Yeah, it's fine. Between the torch and the prestidigitation, you guys can see what's going on now. Well, I'll say now that you actually have the box, you can take a proper look at it. It is simple. It is made of black metal, 2 hatches sort of battened down with not a physical seal, I'll say, because Gilder, you're next to it, you feel just the arcane energy coming. There is an arcane seal on this that basically says once it has been closed, the spell is cast on it, and the seal will be broken as and when it's opened. You don't know what level that means in terms of who would know, what alarms, what the consequences are, but you do know there is a magical seal on this box. And the box itself is very plain. As your mage hand flicks up the latches and you open up the box, you see 3 sort of rolls of parchment and a whitish opulent crystal. Now, of the 3 rolls of parchment, 2 look extremely ancient and extremely old, whilst 1 looks a lot newer. And with the crystal that you see, the opulent crystal that you see, feel free to make a Arcana check. Anyone that wishes to.
I'll actually make it a lot simpler.
Even better.
Okay.
You cast Identify on this opulent, sort of crystal, and you realise that it is a memory crystal.
Holy
It
shit.
is a crystal where a memory is implanted into it. I will say, from your knowledge of memory crystals, they have different uses. They do work as expected and as you would. You can just store a memory inside one, but you also know that more powerful spellcasters, more powerful mages can use these memory crystals to fully remove a memory and place it within a crystal, allowing the original memory to be removed or altered in some sort of way with a modified memory spell.
So, regular, you can double the memory and have your own original memory and put one in here, or high level, you could outright delete the memory and put it in here.
Yeah, and then you can still have a modified memory, but it keeps the original memory preserved in there as well without it just being lost.
On my Identify, can I see if it's a vacant crystal or is there a memory in there?
There is a memory inside.
Oh, boys.
I immediately
looked at the boys and was like, I looked at the boys and I'm like, I'm so glad we opened this box. I am going to open up the first scroll.
Okay, so there are the 2 ancient-looking scrolls and then the 1 newer-looking scroll. What are you going for first? One of the older scrolls or the newer one?
I'll open the older scroll first. One of them.
Okay, so you pick out the first one. This paper is ancient. It's not even paper or papyrus. It's actually made of vellum, which is an extremely old, pre-printing press, pre-paper, pre-parchment, it's literally made from
trees,
mashed up, vegetation that is then flattened into a piece of parchment for writing. I'll say, as I bring it up, make an investigation check for me.
So, they're both high anyway, but...
It's fine, they're both okay. You realise that this ink is actually dried blood. It's not ink.
Freaky.
And I will ask, is one of you reading this out loud to everyone? Are you all reading it in your head? What is that? Are you just...
I'll be whispering it to the boys. Actually, this looks like a fucking ritual. I'm going to be honest to my character. Triple G, as soon as he has realised that this is a magical item, would be so excited to have read. He would be muttering this to the group, or even to himself. He would be saying this out loud.
All right, well then you can read it out for me as you read it out loud.
The record of the Vaneborn, the first Lucan of the Pale Court, chose the Vane in the age before crowns and laws, refused death and refused divine judgment. His blood endures unchanged. The second, Malthion the Red Scribe, learned to bind memory to blood, learned to walk unseen through lineage and record. His greatest lie was making empires believe his work was lost. The third, Silas, bearer of the Long Dominion, entered the Vane by inheritance, not by ritual. Preserved the blood when it should have ended. Now walks beneath a borrowed name, ready to bring about the fourth.
The learn to bind memory to blood. This is a memory crystal.
This is clearly some sort of like a
Lineage.
Vaneborn. Is it like a namesake that they're passing down?
Well,
Maybe
to bring about
Pale
the
Core,
full-
vampires, like this is what this feels like.
Make a history, arcana, or religion check. They're all applicable in some sort of way here.
I'm
And
gonna
that could
go
be to any of you.
Oh,
So, Jeff, on that 18 religion check, you know that Vaneborn was something that was thought to be a myth, a discussion in hushed whispers between people that didn't really believe in the truth, that the Vaneborn were the original 3 vampires, the eldest and most powerful of vampires, and the way where vampirism existed from. Before it became a curse, it became a magical process. It was something used to hide away from divinity, to hide away from the judgment of the gods, to produce eternal life, and to no longer be bound by divine law or divine judgment.
Oh,
These 3 Vaneborn, these 3 vampires, were the only true elder vampires, and it is something that was passed down between the 3 and thought to be lost, and that Vaneborn died out. I would say if anyone wants to make a history check to see what they can remember about the idea of Vaneborns, that might give you some more information.
My dad told me a story once.
25 history is extremely good. So the first was Lucan of the Pale Court. He is the person accredited with having the idea of this arcane ritual, and he existed, again, this is all myth, he existed in a time before the gods, which most people don't even believe in. You realise from what you've learned already, this is something that probably happened towards the end of the age of the primordials and before the gods came to power. That Lucan was the first ever vampire. History says that he was defeated. Different deities have different sort of tellings of the story. Some people say that it was defeated by champions of Tyr. Others say that Mystra herself smited this person as a sort of a bastardized version of magic, but all of the records say that some sort of deity brought around the end of Lucan. Malthian seems to be the person that consolidated this rite, that came up with the actual magic that did this, and was the more of the 3 of them was the intelligent one that produced this practice and this ritual. And his whereabouts were unknown. Some people believe that he rose to lichdom and became the first ever vampire lich. But there are no official records of this. This is more people's beliefs, simply because of how powerfully magical he was. No one really knew what happened to him when he sort of disappeared from existence. And then the third, Silas, much is unknown about how he became a Vaneborn, how he ascended to this elder vampirism. But very little is known about him, about what happened to him, whether he still lives, whether he died. It is extremely murky. It is literally, no one really has any theories. Every theory seems to be just whatever happened to him was lost. It's an unknown.
Triple G notes to himself that Silas is probably the single most vampire name he's ever read.
I'd also say that as you said the words aloud, when you said the name Silas, bearer of the Long Dominion, you felt a shudder in your spine, almost as if that name has power, and saying it has perhaps marked you.
ZARLOK shits himself.
I was only trying to roleplay, Silas. I'm sorry.
Could I
Yeah.
make a history check just specifically in regard, and you can tell me if it's not worth making, but specifically in regards to the fact that for Malthion, it says his greatest lie was making empires believe his work was lost. Is there any is there any significant person that I would have read about or been taught about across history who's known to kind of works have been lost as a result of them kind of thing?
I would say it's not necessary, just because there are so many ideas of lost works, as well as you then read through the second ancient piece of parchment.
Oh my god!
You see, it is titled "Procedure Vain Ascension" by Malthion the Red Scribe.
Oh, Christ.
Oh
The
my
purpose of
days.
this procedure is to sever a subject from mortal lineage and establish them within the vein. The preconditions are that the subject must possess public identity of consequence, the subject must be known, named, and believed by others, and the subject must stand at a point of transition, whether that be marriage, coronation, elevation, or something similar. There is a renunciation part of the ritual where the subject must speak the severance aloud, and the required declarations are denial of former house, denial of mortal inheritance, and denial of future claim through blood alone. And these words must be witnessed. There is then the application of blood. Blood of a vein-born is applied, not consumed. The contact is made at the throat, the heart, and the brow. The blood is not a gift, it is an imposition. The subject will experience loss of warmth, dislocation of memory, and a sensation of being recognized. Acceptances, there needs to be none. The vein does not ask permission, it accepts or it does not. Resistance results in fracture, fracture results in erasure. And the failure conditions of said ritual are the subject clings to former identity, witnesses reject the transformation, and blood applied without authority present. Failure does not kill the subject, failure leaves their soul unmoored. And in the margin of these notes, you see scribbled a lot more recently than the ancient text, royal subject preferred.
Oh my god, Antoine.
And then you finally read the last, much more recent one.
Yes, here we go.
It seems to be a excerpt from a official documentation. So, of the House of Platis, the seat at Dustmore Castle, Lord Alaric Platis and Lady Isanna Platis. In the issue, Colette Platis was born the 14th day of first bloom, year 412 of the second age. No further issue recorded, and at the bottom of the page, stamped twice, line confirmed, single heir. Now, JAFF, Colette Platis was your mother. Platis is your mother's maiden surname. She was a noble from Duskmore.
You when I asked about my mother's heritage, you said she was from a middling house in the west. You never told me her maiden name was Platis.
Well, you knew this because Antoine was your father's brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Therefore, was your mother's brother. But this
Forgot about that, though.
official documentation seems to say that Colette Platis was the only heir of Lord and Lady Alaric and Isanna.
Yeah.
No, this can't be true. There's got to be so the memory crystal can alter memories and delete memories and fucking modify memories. This here is talking about someone being hidden in history and stuff. This here is a sort of certification of birth, line confirmed, single heir. Something is being clarified here in almost like a false manner sort of thing. It looks like at face value, I guess.
Well, no. What this is saying at face value is Antoine is not, in fact, a Platis, and seemingly Antoine is now a vampire. If we're putting two and two together, but Antoine has modified people's memory, turned into a vampire, and made himself a Platis by modifying people's memory. But then part of the ritual is denial of future claim of your future claim. So if he's not actually a Platisse,
he's not a ruler. He's a steward. He is only ever documented as to be holding the role in place. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But
to inherit the throne, he's a placeholder. So he could be by proxy denying that. Do you know what I mean?
Oh shit! What? Like
what by proxy denying his placeholder role? What do you? But he is the placeholder.
You're saying rejection of like a future role. He's not taking it further. He's not like the prince or the king due to inherit once his father dies. Everyone died, so he took over a steward's role to sort of like a caretaker role. So,
Jan, can I
that weird proxy role? He could fit that criteria, I think. Maybe.
Can I go back to the actual ritual itself?
Yeah.
When it says blood of the vein-born is applied, I'm taking that as in you have to be in possession of vein-born blood in order to complete this ritual.
Yeah, vein-born blood is applied to the target in a sense.
So he had to be.
Future claim through blood alone. See, that's not even claiming anything.
Well, no, denial of future claim through blood means like denial of claim to a throne through blood. But if he's a fake Platisse, then he can't deny a future throne claim through blood. What if it's? Well,
make just a general history check for me.
I have a theory.
Oh, sorry, general intelligence. Oh, history's fine actually, because it kind of works. History or intelligence? History's fine. Triple G, you got 16, so this will do. 21's fine.
I have a theory, but I don't like this.
So, through blood alone implies through direct lineage, the son of, the daughter of, blah blah blah. Through marriage is not through blood.
Yeah.
It's through a coalition of houses, of nobles, of royalty.
He has no actual claim to a throne
through
to
blood.
deny. If he's a fake Platisse, even if he was a real Platisse, he can't deny a throne through blood because they're not actual.
If he is a real Platisse, he ain't. It's a single heir, so he's not part of it. Even if he was an actual Platisse.
Well, the point is that my mum is documented as being the only heir, so he's a fake Platisse regardless, and has clearly modified some memories along the way. I don't think it can be him unless he's a secret, like Azuran descendant, which would make no sense why you'd then fake yourself into being a Platisse unless there's something like much longer form going on here.
Yeah. Sorry, Liverpool.
Sorry, no. I'm just like spitballing out loud. I have a lot of theories going through my head right now.
The crystal, have I picked it up or?
Well, no, you tell me if you touched it. I need to know. But as I'm assuming it's still in the bottom of the box.
Listen, Triple G has been around the block. He knows if he picks this up, he's getting bummed. We both know that.
I would say on your identify spell, you know that the way you activate a memory crystal is just through touch. You don't believe that, unless the knowledge itself is dangerous, that there is any danger in viewing said memory. It won't do anything to you immediately. Obviously, having knowledge might have its own problems. But the actual act of seeing the memory won't cause you any pain or fuck you up in any way.
Right.
I feel like I probably need to see what's going on because I might just recognize more than anyone else. If we could, can we just all touch it at the same time and then all see the same? It's just because I might recognize like something we see better than someone who hasn't been to
I like
Mothfire
that.
or
I like
doesn't
that
know
idea.
these people or something like that.
Cool. On the count of 3.
1,
2, 3.
Bang.
You'll place a finger onto the crystal.
Let's hope no guards are patrolling down here. Unconscious adventurers above a box.
So as you touch the crystal, you will see the same memory. Your eyes will glaze over. You're placed in this ethereal expanse of greyness, and it starts to coalesce and form into an image.
I didn't say we had to all touch it at the same time. I was just saying if you wanted to see it, then we could.
Oh no, I believe this was the best outcome, and now I'm just like, this is we're in.
Oh, that's a glaze, brother.
Yeah,
You
Harry
all,
Potter gone.
you all stand in the great hall of a great castle on a mild afternoon. Sunlight spills through tall arched windows, catching rays of dust in the air, and the room smells faintly of polished stone and old wood. Standing near a long table, visibly uncomfortable in a place like this, almost wearing this sort of set of finery, is a young version of your father, Manuel. Very young, late teens probably. He adjusts his gloves. He fiddles with a little necktie that he was forced to wear. Walking through the door is your mother, young and beautiful, approaching without ceremony.
Oh no, that's my mum you're talking about. Be careful there, kid.
She tries to break a bit of the formality with a smile and a small laugh. And a servant carrying wine stumbles on the edge of a rug, and the goblet of wine tips and red wine splashes all across the boot of your father, Manuel. There's a long pause, and in a way of trying to diffuse the awkwardness, there is a laugh from Colette, open and unguarded. And she says, "Well, if this was meant to impress me, Your Majesty, I fear it's had the opposite effect. Your father flushes and attempts a bow and actually strikes his knee against the table and winces, and it makes her laugh harder.
This is all making so much sense right now.
And they talk, they laugh. It's awkward, it's honest, but it's fun. Two people discovering that fear fades quickly when met with laughter. There is no one else between them. No third voice, no clever interruption, no sibling. The moment is imperfect, human, unscripted. And it ends, and the crystal dims, and the memory is complete. And Jaff, seeing that, you remember a story you were told. You remember this moment. You remember being this told by court dinners, by tutors, by your parents themselves, and you remember this moment, and yet you remember it differently. You remember laughter coming sooner. You remember a voice stepping in, lightening the moment. You remember being told that someone came and said, "Careful, Your Majesty. Duskmore takes its first impressions seriously." You remember being told that Antoine introduced Colette, smiling. You remember being told that he was always there, that your mother would never have been introduced without him being there, and you remember believing it. You realised that nothing in the crystal was wrong. The crystal was correct, and that you have been fed a lie, that your parents were fed a lie. You don't know how deep it runs, but you know in that moment that Antoine was not there at that moment. Antoine was never your mother's brother.
Right, okay. Duskmore takes its first impression seriously.
That's the location at the top of.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's top right of Yegros.
Yeah.
What? But I thought that my mum's house was by the Shattered Isles.
Did I don't remember. Did I say that?
You did say that.
Oh, apologies then. I must have misspoke at the time. Or not have written it down properly in my notes.
Private retcon has just arrived.
Corporal retcon has arrived, yeah.
And Antoine is your mum's, before this box was open, Antoine was always your mum's brother. Is that right? He's your uncle?
Yeah. Well,
Why have you not told us that?
Because I'll be completely honest, I completely forgot.
Oh my word.
I'm sorry. Luke forgot that Antoine was my mum's brother.
This is what happens when you're too busy multi-classing. Play 3 classes, you can't even remember your family fucking tree.
I'll be honest, I completely forgot about that. But yeah, look, cards on the table. Antoine is my mum's brother, but he has no claim to any throne unless, I mean, okay, Yan, I presume I'd have to make a check for this because it's my own fucking mum. Was my mum like some kind of prestigious like royalty in Duskmore then, or like what?
No, it was just like a noble house, fairly. It's a middling noble of a middling. Duskmore is nowhere near as grand and as amazing as Azureth is. It's a large areas of it is like very swampy, marshy, boggy wasteland. So she's high up in Duskmore terms, but in terms of actual like global power or even power on the continent, it's not the most important noble. But she was still to be betrothed to the King of Azureth, which obviously therefore gave her some level of importance.
I don't think Antoine's the vampire.
No, I don't think so either.
I think my sister might be the vampire.
Fuck.
Okay, well, second cards on the table that you might have picked up throughout some of what's been going on here. My dad might have had a claim to the throne in his time and might have potentially been my dad might have been the king at one point of Azureth, and my sister, who is still alive, is not ruling, and I feel like she might have given up her claim to the throne here because she's not ruling. Antoine is, and there's all of this about giving up future claims to the throne. And I think my sister might be the vampire.
Okay, that is heavy, I think.
I just want to preface this with I had a lot of main character syndrome when writing JAFF for the first time. Just so you guys know.
I'm literally like, bruv, he's just had a son. Now his sister's the vampire.
So what does this mean going forward, though? What does this mean going forward?
Well, I thought my sister was going to be like held against her will. I thought it was going to be like a saving job. Now I think that my sister was somehow in on my entire family getting murdered, and she was like in on this with Antoine somehow. But my sister's young. She's younger than me.
Oh, she just survived being poisoned, as you do.
Well, yeah, that is spooky. She's at the time.
She was 13 years old at the time.
She was 13 years old.
Oh my god, was she coerced?
Gee, I know some fucked 13-year-olds, trust me.
What have you been doing?
Gil, stop being a fucking weirdo.
Listen, someone spread those mage hand wanking rumours. It's probably...
We know, I mean, this is like fairly clear that Antoine does not have a claim to well, even if his story was true, he does not have a claim to the throne. The only person alive currently, well, the only two people alive currently who have claims to the throne are me and her.
Yeah. So if Antoine isn't involved, really...
he's clearly involved.
Yeah. I just mean like he isn't the vamp, right? But he was always a target for us, no?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So what does that mean when he's dead? What happens then?
Well, when he's dead, I mean, one of the members of that little like band of 3 are gone, which is a good thing anyway. We're pretty sure he has what is it?
It's the body of the dragon.
Does he have the body? Is that what
he knows where it is? He might not have it, but he knows where it is.
But the point is, once he's dead, that is a good thing, but also we might be dealing with some like fucking vampire sister of mine, which is going to be great, really. Right, fuck this. Let's get out of this fucking lava cave.
Yeah.
Right. Going forwards, we trust no one. Not the Thieves Guild, not anyone. I would even say if things like memories are being altered and things are clearly running so deep, even into things like the royal lineage and stuff like that. Only us four can be trusted. Only the four of us can be trusted.
At this point,
not
I
anyone.
don't even trust my own sister. So
I don't even think we can. We gave her the redacted story to protect her, Sylvie, or what is that her name? Sylvie, your girlfriend?
Connie,
excuse me. We gave her the redacted story to protect her. I'm glad we did that now in case. I don't think she is, but we don't know how deep this lie runs. This can't go beyond the four of us.
no. What do we do with all of this now? Do we just fucking destroy it, or do we want to hold on to this?
No,
crystal?
hold on to it.
I'm
It's
just
too
crossing out
important
this
to
whole
do.
section in my notes. Like, oh
Can
fuck.
I take the scrolls?
Give them to Yeg and let him put them in his book or something, or have him copy them down into his book.
Am I able to do that? Can I copy it word for word quickly? With my
that's
my
fine.
adept writing skill.
That is completely fine. I'll say as well, in the time you've had a short rest as well, so Jeff, you've got all your spells back.
Fucking, you are unbelievable. Thanks for that.
Right. I think now that we know this, we get that. Also, what the fuck did the Thieves Guild want with this? And who were they going to go and give it to? This is a stitch up. This is.
The fucking mother, because we still don't know who the fuck the veiled mother is.
It's
Shit.
Sure. It's 100%.
Oh.
She's
She's
the
pulling the
vamp.
strings. She's pulling the strings.
She's the vamp. The veiled. If you remember from your detect thoughts,
Shit.
the veiled mother wants to work against Antoine and what.
Yeah, that's what that bloke believed, though. That's what that bloke believed himself, not the real truth. That's what he just believed. If
There's no way my sister's pulling all of this. Sure, there's someone that's got to be against her, and a thieves guild makes sense.
Well, A, fuck them for a start.
Yeah, fuck them, agreed.
And B, gesture into the box. It's a little late now. So, right, I think we rescue the kids. We go, oh my God, we've got to do the fucking compass. We rescue the kids, we do the compass, we find out whatever information left that we can, and we have to get out of here, we get out of here.
Yeah.
Just an FYI, the compass and where we're supposed to deliver the kids is the same place. I don't think we should take the kids to the compass place, because then we're basically doing that job.
I'll kill the Githyanki, I don't give a fuck. The kids aren't getting delivered.
Well, we just might have an entire underground fight club being like, why are you not back in your fucking deal?
That's fine.
Cool.
Let's just do it.
Fine, yeah, go on, let's do it.
Okay, so you get back to the edge of the cavern. The rock that you used to get through is still there. So you're going to need to do your strength checks to get through again. Cast fly as well.
Take off a warlock spell slot. I get advantage, do I?
Advantage in the strength checks, yep. 3 separate ones.
I will use my heroic inspiration.
Please do.
Does that... where is it? Resourceful.
Oh, that's helpful. I believe it's just you just get to have a re-roll. I'm assuming because you have advantage, you just get one roll.
That's better.
Who are you trying to take first? I wonder who you're going to say. Well, Zarlok, you got the most HP, haven't you?
Yeah.
I feel like it's got to be Zarlok, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright. Zarlok, roll d20 for me and call even or odd.
Brother's dropping me in the fire. In the lava. I am going to call even. Actually, I'm going to call odd. I'm calling odd.
Alright, we'll call an odd, roll a d20. Odd meant the lava would have gone on you. Instead it goes on Jaff. You feel like Zarlok is slipping out of your grasp a little bit. So as you go to re-grab onto him, your shoulder sort of pokes out from the side and a bit of lava drips onto your shoulder. You take lava damage.
Isn't lava damage insane? Yeah, I was going to say.
22 points of damage, and I need for you, Jeff. I need a Constitution saving throw as a concentration check for me to keep concentration on fly.
Quickly becoming problematic.
Oh my God.
11 is exactly what you needed to keep concentration.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So you managed to get Zarlok out.
If you fall in lava, isn't it like 18d10 damage or something like that?
Yeah, it's disgusting. I gave you a smaller version because it was only like a drop on your shoulder. All right, Jaff, you get one of them out with a bit of damage to yourself. Are you going to get the other two guys?
Well, I have to, otherwise they're stuck there, aren't they?
Yeah.
Note to self: I am just always having Misty Step allotted. I don't know why I don't click that button.
You can Misty Step outside if you would like to.
Yeah, but I don't have it
Doesn't have it
selected for the
prepared.
Oh, it
day.
was selected. Oh, that's a shame.
I know. Every time I look, I'm like, fuck, I need Misty Step.
All right, I'll fly back through
Cool.
by myself.
Who are you getting next?
Me.
It looks like it's Yeg.
Thank you.
Strength check with advantage to carry Yeg. That's enough to get Yeg through his only light.
Decent.
And then final one for good old Gildor Gilgalad.
Oh, thank God.
You managed to get
I'm not built. I'm not built for 4d8 damage, G.
managed to get him out.
Okay.
And you are now. You guys are sat, sort of catching your breath on the side, and all of a sudden,
Oh no.
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 Shut up!
No, thank you. No, not interested. No, thank you, please.
all of a sudden there's a slight bit of commotion sort of up in the air floating. It's this huge, I'm talking like 60 by 60 by 60 cube of some sort of arcane holographic imagery.
Okay.
Aliens.
I'd say Gildor, make a Arcana check for me.
Oh, I feel like I already know the answer.
19. It seems to be like an amalgamation of a couple of different spells all fused in together. It's like partially a bit of sending, partially a bit of skywrite, partially a bit of major image, and it's all sort of fusing together to make this one sort of transmission-based spell. And everyone around that are just walking around in amount stops and looks up at this huge
Here we go.
cubic thing. And it starts off, and it is the coat of arms of Azureth.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
It's sort of like a golden, almost bronzish gold shield with a green sort of like wreath around the top with an image of a dragon at the front, which is the symbol of Azureth, the symbol of Northspire, I should say. And that then begins to dissipate, and the image is of a balcony in Crownspire. It is the royal balcony at the edge of the palace. And standing at the edge of the balcony, a man that you recognise to be Antoine Platis, and a young girl, probably close to 21 years old, just like late 2021, who you recognise, Jaff, as your sister Sylvie.
Right.
They are standing on the edge of the balcony, and they are standing in the shade underneath a gorgeous, ornate, like parasols, two like handheld parasols that sort of shade them from the sun.
Yeah, they're vampires.
Sylvie has her head down, sort of looking kind of just at the floor, whilst Antoine clears his throat, and in a booming voice that resonates throughout the entirety of Innermount, he'll say, "People of Northspire, citizens of Azureth. Almost 8 years ago, our city stood at the edge of despair. A beloved king was lost. My sister and her children gone before their time. A royal house shattered. A young princess, the sole survivor. In that moment of grief and uncertainty, it was not ambition that guided me, it was duty. I swore then, as I swear now, that Northspire would not fall into chaos. That the flame our founder Azaran lit would not be extinguished by tragedy. In the years since, we have rebuilt, we have endured. Trade flows through our gates. Our walls stand strong. Our enemies remain at bay. Through hardship and patience, Northspire has proven herself unbroken. Yet a kingdom cannot live forever in the shadow of mourning. Tonight, I stand before you not merely as steward, but as a man bearing news that marks a turning of the age. Princess Sylvie of House Azuran, last living blood of our founding line, has agreed to pledge her love to me in the presence of the gods and stand beside me as my wife.
Okay.
This union is a bond forged through years of shared burden, counsel, and reflection. Together, we have spoken at length of duty, of legacy, and of the future Azureth must claim. Through this marriage, the royal line is restored. The name of Azuran shall once more echo through these halls, not as a memory, but as a living promise. Let none say that Northspire has lost its way. Let none whisper that the crown has grown distant from its people. This union binds past to present, sorrow to hope, blood to purpose. I ask you now, not for your silence, but for your faith. Stand with us as you have stood with me. Stand with the princess, whose strength has endured unimaginable loss. Stand with Northspire, as she rises not through fear, but through unity. By stone and flame, by crown and covenant, the future of Azureth begins anew. In 10 days, we shall pledge our love to each other in front of the gods.
Holy shit.
And the transmission fades away and ends, and people start excitedly like in hushed whispers, they talk to each other, they're excited, and there is just a hubbub going around the cavern of Innermount at the present.
Fucking shit.
Seeing my sister's face for the first time in like 7 years or so, can I make an insight check on her based on this kind of transmission?
You are more than welcome to. I would say you are welcome to receive the help action from anyone in this as well.
I'll chuck him a help action.
I'm attempting to insight potentially 2 things here. I'm attempting to insight, firstly, her and her appearance. Does she look paler and different to what I remember? As well as, I'm also attempting to insight, obviously she's got her head down and she's trying to kind of like display a certain level. Like, does she look like really and truly she actually wants to be there or not? Like, what's her attitude towards this?
Make your roll. You have advantage because GILDOR is giving you the help action.
Look, before you do, I'll go on the one. That's fine.
No, go on. What were you going to say?
That's history, not insight anyway, so it doesn't even count.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was going to say, in this moment, I don't want to take the autonomy away from you, but I would be willing to give you my nat 20 important if you wanted it here. It's up to you. Or you can just roll. I'll give you a help action on my nat 20.
That's insanely generous of you. I don't know if this information is going to help the party though, so I don't know if I want to take
help action. I'll give you the help action.
It's a magical transmission. You know, it's not the most clear. It's not the most like clear of images. I will say from the imagery, she doesn't look pale. She doesn't look hurt or unwell in any way. Let me finish. She looks healthy. She looks fine. Her head was down, so where the knowledge would really have come from was in looking into her eyes. But with her head down, it was hard to really get more than a glimpse of her eyes.
Right. Okay. No, no. I don't know if your nat 20 would have been worth it or not there, Gil. I don't know.
Do you want me to tell you whether it would have been good or not?
I need to know before we go any further. I need to know your truth to know what isn't the truth going forwards, because
go on.
You've kept some things from us, and now things are being memory modified and stuff. So the truth is even more blurred than it could be. So what is your knowledge of what is true and what is not? Ignore everything that was in that box. Just tell us the truth that you've lived with.
My knowledge of exactly what was true was that my father and mother met. It was through a kind of like an arranged marriage of houses, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was through like an arranged marriage of houses, basically. my knowledge was that Antoine was my uncle, obviously my father's brother-in-law. They met, they got married, and Antoine was a close kind of confidant of my father and was like basically his like hand of the king kind of like role while he was ruling.
And your dad was king of Azureth?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
And then you remember that very booky vision that I had that kind of meant nothing to you lot in the Shadowfell?
Yeah, of everyone getting poisoned and running through fields and shit.
Yeah, I was out shagging Connie basically one night, came back and saw my siblings being like injected with poison. I escaped with some of the help of Gaston throughout all of that, and shortly after realised that Antoine had taken on rule and said that my entire, well, to my knowledge, said that my entire family had died of dragonpox, and that was basically it.
So Anton is a blood relative of you, to your knowledge, or he's a brother-in-law?
Well, to my knowledge, he was a blood relative as me because he was my mother's brother, but that seems to now not be the truth.
Okay.
He was a blood relative of me based on what I knew on my mother's side, rather than the Azaran side.
Okay. Right. Okay. And from that projection, they're getting married in 10 days, they said, yeah.
10 days, yes.
10 days.
So we have time.
We have time. We do have time.
Do we get the kids?
Let's go save some fucking kids.
Yeah, dude, let's do it. Get them out of here.
Get the kids, get the compass, get out of here, get the kids away, and then come back.
Could be an idea. I think we've got
10
to see.
days is a long time.
Yeah, we got to see how the what's going on with these kids, and we have to see Oathbreaker presence. We have to see general kind of North Spire bookiness, and then obviously we got to see what the fuck happened with the compass.
Let's continue as we were. Let's pretend like that didn't change too much, because really it hasn't.
Really and truly, it hasn't. Not. It just means that,
or that we know there's a 10-day gap on it before something really bad happens. Right,
Yeah.
to the temple where the kids are.
Okay. You begin to descend down the rickety rubble sort of staircase towards Ember Deep Halls. And you're met with a familiar sight. You've done a little bit of recon here before, and it is the same. You see what once was a white and gold temple is now covered in ash and soot. From the religion checks you made last session, you look at the imagery of Bahamut, which is the platinum dragon, and you notice that there are just a few incorrections. The claws look more like talons. The wings are sharper and less rounded than traditional Bahamut imagery. And at the front and the very entrance to this temple, there are a few sort of people that live in the vaulted warrens or that work in the underforges that are just being tended to by low-level clerics, as well as a few other clerics that are just making their prayers to Bahamut.
Anyone remember the leader Donnie's name that we got given to ask for? I said we just go straight in and ask for him.
Hang on, I think I did write that down.
I can just tell you guys.
Yeah, tell me. I'm looking at my notes. So
Luminar Vaith.
Yeah,
did not
I say
write
we
that
just
down.
go in and ask for this, Don. Just be like, we're here to see Luminar Vaith.
yeah, I'll back it. I'll say it.
So you just approach one of the clerics and you say?
What's the name again? Luminar Vaith. Vaith?
Yeah, Vaith.
We need to see
V-A-E-T-H.
Luminar Vaith. Thanks.
Oh, you're here to see our leader, of course.
Of course.
One moment.
Thank
and
you.
They head off. They head off towards the back of the temple, through a set of doors. They're gone for a minute or two, and they come back with a dragonborn man.
Oh.
He is a silver dragonborn, so he's from a metallic dragon descent as opposed to a chromatic dragon descent like yourself. He's tall. He's like 6'2", 6'3", maybe. wearing the white robes, the white and silver robes of Bahamut, with some like blue trim and the same imagery of the platinum dragon, sort of on a pendant hanging from his neck. And he approaches you guys, bows his head, and says, "Good evening. I am Warden LOUIE Narvaeth, High Shepherd of Emberdeep Halls. How can I be of assistance?"
Yo, my guy. Because we're dragons, so I assume we're like cool like that.
Make an insight check.
Good start.
He wouldn't have had to roll very high. He looks you up and down with a slight little bit of disgust and just politely nods his head out of courtesy.
What a lame-o. Okay, well, that's me
I'd
done
say,
then.
yeah, as a Dragonborn yourself, you would know there is a slight bit of, I guess it's almost inherent racism between
Jesus.
The different races of Dragonborns in terms of chromatic versus metallic. Now, originally in this world, chromatic dragons are usually more evil, as in the actual dragons, and metallic dragons are more intelligent and good aligned, whereas chromatic dragons are more savage and evil aligned. Now, that doesn't translate to Dragonborn, but it still leads to some prejudice between chromatic and metallic. But I will say, with the look he gave you, that went deeper than just the inherent distrust between chromatic and metallic Dragonborns. There was something deeper than that, than just, I don't like you because you're a chromatic Dragonborn.
Let's just get
I'm silently annoyed.
Sorry, sir, we're here to pick up the package.
Of course you are. Of course. I'm assuming our grey friends sent you.
Yep, may the lantern guide you, or whatever bullshit it is.
He lets out like a very short and strange chuckle and says, "Well, follow me." And he takes you through the doorway that the other priest went through to go get him from. And you walk through the corridors, and this area is obviously a lot less soot-filled. A bit more radiant. There are statues of Bahamut left, right, and centre. And you go further down into a deeper sanctum where there is a set of like blue steel doors that are latched shut. He says, "One moment," and he takes out a key, undoes the latch, and you guys walk in to a beautiful, like almost chapel area. There are stained glass windows that, well, there's nothing outside the windows because you're underground. There's no light running through. There's been magically enchanted to like almost have the appearance of rays of light shooting through. And as you walk in, there are two children. Their hands are bound behind their backs. They have gags around their mouths, and they have blindfolds over their eyes. The two children, let me just go to my notes 1 second. So there is a young boy and a slightly older girl. They are kept sort of back to back, just sort of as they're bound together. Their skin has just this luminescent vibe to it. There is just pure light almost coming off of their skin. They are completely bald, like hairless from head to toe. And you can't see their eyes, their mouths are bound, their hands are bound. I will say, as you get close to them, you just feel pure energy. I say, Gildor, make an Arcana check for me with advantage. The energy that they radiate is familiar. It's different. It's almost opposite, but symmetrical to feelings that you've felt and magic that you've felt before. It seems like the complete and utter antithesis of the energy you felt by the box in the Shadowfell. when you fire gazed and you encountered the first feeling of that black primordial energy, and also the energy that, in essence, shook you to your core as you were speaking to your father's spirit, and a piece of that black energy invaded you inside. This feels like the complete and utter antithesis of that energy. It's same, it's similar, but it's opposite.
So it's just the four of us, the two children tied up, and this guy has led us in here. It's just us, no one else.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Mind Spike at 4th level on this guy.
Go off, King.
Is it a saving throw?
Yeah.
Yep. A wisdom saving throw. So as a cleric, he does get a +8 to this roll, and your DC is 16.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my meta magic once a day to give him disadvantage.
Okay. I have to roll 2 different ones, so you need one of these to be a 7 or lower. He saves. So he only takes 8 damage.
No, I've cast it at 4th level, so that's 5d8.
Oh
no. Yeah, 5d8.
Yes. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Please roll the damage.
Let me
then.
just roll separately. 5d8. Hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he takes 11 points of damage.
I feel like when this happens, I'm gonna be ready to go as well.
Cool. I will say you will get a surprise round on him. So you cast Mind Spike, and he drops down to one knee, clutches his head in agony and in pain, and just lets out a scream of just anguish and pain. You technically all have a surprise round on him, and I'm not gonna roll initiative just yet.
Okay, I'm gonna cast blindness on him at 3rd level.
Cool. Constitution saving throw for DC.
16.
He only gets a +1 to this roll. And he got in that one. He is blinded.
Right as he's blinded, I'm gonna cast Shatter. I'm gonna fuck his day up. I'm gonna cast that fucking level 3. Why not? Just for a laugh.
Cool. Cast a spell for me. DC 16 Constitution, so a +1 to his save. Fails. He takes 15 points of thunder damage as he's flung. Like he's already on one knee. The shatter spell goes off. He can't see what's going on. He tries to get back up. As the shatter spell goes off, he just flung directly upwards into the roof of the chapel. Like his whole body flicks backwards, and he lands back down face first on the floor. He's prone, alive, but badly wounded.
He's prone, blind, and fucked. Go on,
Zarlok, finish him off.
Zarlok's just gonna fart and kill him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Zarlok, you get advantage on your attacks. If you hit 1, he's probably dead. If you hit 2, he's definitely dead. If you hit 3, you don't have to roll damage. So just roll your attacks for me.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
That's a brass knuckles. What?
Yeah, he has brass knuckles as well.
That's a brass knuckles.
Roll your other attack.
He's not even rolling with advantage.
I don't think he fucking needs it. This guy is he's wearing robes. He's got an AC of 11. You've got to roll damage. You literally just run up to him. You've got Stormcleaver in one hand. You literally just bang him in the head, and his face just smashes into the white tile. Blood smears everywhere, and you just flip Stormcleaver in your hand and just stab him right through the back, through the spine, and he just starts to Jesus, and he dies.
Sorry, I went for a piss.
What a way to go.
I went for a piss really quickly. Was this guy good or bad?
Well, you will never know, because literally you just immediately killed him without asking a single question. Even any.
I will say that.
What are you doing? Why?
This guy was one day away from curing cancer.
I will say that Triple G is at this point visibly actually shaking. He is so enraged. I think actually Triple G stands over his body and spits in his face.
You are jumping to conclusions. Let's assume he's bad and move on.
I'm doing the same. I back Triple G to the fucking mountain.
I mean, to be fair, if you're holding these two kids captive, you're clearly not a great guy.
To have 2 children bound and gagged in your basement for the sake of what? That they're magical is such an affront to everything.
All right,
Triple G
let's crack on,
would even
guys.
possibly
Let's
stand
not stand
for.
over this guy's dead body. Let's free these kids. Get the fuck out of there.
I spit on the body too.
Well, we
spit
can
on
all
his body,
spit on the
stand
body,
on his
but I'm
body.
just saying.
You're violating every like religious law of like a temple with a place of like sanctuary, whatever.
I donated
You
chili
kill
jam
him
to this
still.
cunt.
The chili jam is actually on a little like in the sanctum. There's like a little
Right, I'm picking it back up.
a little thing. His chili jam was there. He's actually opened and spread it on a little bit of toast, and he never got to eat the toast. He never got to try it.
That's a shame. I'll eat the toast and I'll take the jam back.
The chili jam is lovely.
I'm gonna say quickly to Zarlok, quietly as well, and my voice is audibly shaking. Please, can you hide his body before I unbound and unblindfold these children? I don't want them to see this.
Of course.
And as Zarlok sort of cleans the body away, I'm going to gently unbound only the eyes of fuck. I'm gonna gently pull down one of the little boy's eyes, the blindfold on his eyes, and I'd just like to make a general insight check on just what happens, or you can narrate what happens, and I'll go from there.
You pull down the blindfold, and his eyes are just two pools of like pure white light. There is no iris or pupil or any like distinguishing part of the eye. They are just two pure white pools. Make an insight check for me. There is like immense power. You can just tell from this kid, his eyes, the way he looks. It seems raw and almost it's one of them ones where you can feel that it's being controlled now, but you do know that it is like an unstable amount of power in such a small and fragile being. You don't get any indication of any nefariousness or like evilness or like bad actions that he wants to do. Just pure, raw, unbridled power.
I'm gonna gently kneel down and give him the most earnest smile Triple G can possibly give, and say, "Hello, little one. My name is GILDOR. Can you understand me?" I haven't ungagged him yet, by the way.
Yeah.
Just say, nod if you can understand me.
He nods.
Are you hurt? Shake your head if you're hurt, or if you are, nod.
He shakes his head no.
I'm going to ungag you now. I promise you, as Scion of Zahith and Master of Mages, the 4 people stood in front of you are here to make sure that you're okay. I'm going to unbound and ungag you, and is that your sister?
He nods and looks around and now sees his sister there, bound and gagged. And
Can I on that 16, can I ask you a specific question and say, does he look scared right now?
He looked scared when you first took his blindfold off. Him looking around and seeing his sister also bound and gagged, the emotion and the scaredness quadruples.
Triple G's.
I'm going to unpull his gag from his mouth.
As you remove the gag from his mouth, there is the most beautiful noise that comes out. It is like a siren song. It is like Yeg, as a bard, you are blown away by the beauty of this voice that this child possesses. It is like everyone hears something slightly different. It's all your own personal thoughts of of beauty and sound merged together. And I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw. I need you to make it with disadvantage.
Wisdom save. Oh dear. Oh, not bad. Yikes.
The natural 1.
Right.
Zarlok, a wisdom saving throw for me.
I'm looking for it.
No worries.
I wasn't even on saving throws.
All right.
Advantage.
I'll tell you now. So I'll ask before I narrate what happens.
Is this something I can silvery barb, since we're just all making saving throw? Because normally when I silvery barbs, I can give a creature disadvantage and someone else advantage.
I believe silvery barbs only works. Well, put it in the chat again, just so I can remind myself. But no, because the creature does not roll a d20 for this. It's just you guys are making a save.
Right.
Yeah.
Check.
So the highest roll was an 18. The DC was 20. You all just black out for a moment. Like, it feels like just a moment. You feel a searing pain in your head of just pure energy, almost like attempting to fry your brains. And Gil, on that natural one, your entire core, like deep within the center of your being, like not physically, like almost the spiritual core of you, you have felt, you carry this around for a while, this dark energy that has plagued you ever since you spoke to Vilgefortz without using actual spell slots and using primordial energy as the focus for that. And you've been carrying around this dark weight, and you feel the dark weight increase as it almost battles inside of you with this energy. And you realize this battle going on inside you feels like it's tearing you apart. It is pure, unbridled, raw power, volatile to the max, that is just in this continuous cycle of energy just attacking itself, attacking each other, and your body just feels like it's getting ripped apart. And it only lasts a moment, or it only feels like it lasts a moment. But as you look up, the children are gone.
Fuck off. Shit. Well, that's that contract fuck then. Let's go, guys. Do you know what?
I think we're going to walk back through the temple and see what they've done.
Yeah, I mean, Triple G is rattled after that.
I've just remembered you had a portent 20 as well, Triple G.
I wasn't going to use it there. I needed to see what happened on that one. Yeah, Triple G has been rattled since the reveals way back in the chest, and seeing the two children is just this is the most uncontrolled and sort of spread thin Triple G has probably been since sort of pre-Zahith and the sort of positive ascent the party has been on. Yeah, I think he can swiftly feel the ground sort of unraveling beneath his feet here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did anyone see where they went at all?
No.
No. Let's just head back through the temple and see what's happened there.
You exit through the doors of the sanctum, and you go through the corridors back the way you came. And through the corridor, there were, you remember as you walked down, there were just a bunch of like clerics and priests going about their day. As you walk through the corridor, there are just unconscious bodies along the floor. If anyone wants to make a medicine check as they walk past and try to work out what's going on.
I'll give it a go.
Ooh.
Crikey.
On that nat 20 Triple G, you just sort of step down and just inspect one of them for a second. You look, they are not just unconscious, like they are in comas. They're not in any pain, no damage was done to them. They are still in complete and utter physical health, but they are in pure and utter comas. They do not respond to your touch. You try and slap one awake, nothing. There is almost like the body is in complete normal procedure and running, but something in their brain, in their souls, is almost like there's a disconnect. There's an unmooring of soul to body right now, and they are just alive, but they're not living. It's strange. They're not in any pain. They're not been hurt. They are just comatose.
Right, I think we just leave them. Do you know what I mean?
So they're not actually like
they're all right.
I think I fucked up here, boys.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Well, look, we can't. If they're not actually dying or dead, then we can't even save them. It would require like some kind of remove. Wait. I mean, can we make an Arcana check to see what they're like inflicted with?
I'll say Triple G's medicine check. It's not a curse. It's almost like
effect.
Yeah, but it's not a spell effect. It's more. I would say it's more of a magical effect than a spell effect. It is just pure magic that is keeping them from
I know
exiting the state of unconsciousness. Yeah,
sort of an innate magical effect instead of casting the spell.
Yeah. No spell. Spells can do something similar to this, but this is not the actions of a spell, the effects of a spell. This is the effects of just pure magic and the effects that magic has had on these people.
Well, there's nothing we can do for them, really, is there?
No,
I'm so unbelievably angry at myself right now because I upcast that Mind Spike at 4th level and use my only 4th level spell slot when I have Locate Creature. I could have cast that, but now I don't have it anymore. Fuck me. I'm a mess.
I think we've done a good thing.
Can I make an investigation? Well, I'm not going to let 2 fucking kids just run around the city. They're like, can we make an investigation check? See if where
are there clues?
Yeah, you can do so. And I want to help you with that.
Okay.
You can make ZARLOK, you can make your own roll, or you can help someone if you want and give them advantage.
I'll give him an advantage.
Who would you like to help?
I have a +7.
Right. There's only one person.
Right. On your 13th, I mean, you just follow the trail of like devastation to the exit, and as you walk through, you get to the main area. Again, everyone in that area is comatose, same effects.
Shit. Okay.
And you make it to the doorway of Emberdeep Halls, and I'll say you just sort of try and just focus a second on their magical residue, their magical energy, and try and just feel where it might have gone. And it feels like it's gone. You feel like it's still on the same level as you, but it's probably gone out towards that. So not towards the actual subterranean area, through one of the tunnels towards the main city.
Oh. What if these two aren't good? What if they're like in cahoots with the Donnies in Northspire?
Do you know, I ask this every time we come up to a not a fork in the road necessarily, but I always think, the Grey Lanterns may just be cunty, but they may be the good guys, so they may have actually been working to get these two to safety because maybe they won't inflict damage or something.
Well, no, but what if these two children are actually just bad cunts? Like, what if? I mean, children can still be bad cunts. I mean, look at who Fred works with. Like
the opposite of the negative energy, though, didn't they?
Oh, that's true.
I guess, yeah. I don't know.
And they haven't killed anyone.
That's
not hurting people. I mean, are you bad if you have a power that you can't control because you're a child? Does that make you bad?
A little bit, yeah. No.
Gilda doesn't think so. I think...
well, we've got to go to the city, and that's the way that they've gone anyway. So, like,
I'm gonna cast Sending, and I want to try and speak to the little boy.
That's quality, that actually.
What do you try and say?
Please talk to me. We are here to help. Meet up with us, and let's see how we can help you both.
You send the message off, and you get a response from the young boy. And he just says, "I'm scared. I'm so scared. We're hiding in the tunnel. I don't know if I can trust you, but we need help.
I communicate this to the others, and I sprint off in the direction of where I believe they could be.
Well, you look, the nearest tunnel that heads back into the to the city is not too far from like the towards the side of Emberdy Pools. You think that's probably your best bet?
I'm gone. I'm not even waiting for a confirmation.
We
I'm gone.
just got to follow him there.
Yeah.
As you get there, you see the boy is sat down with blood pouring from his nose, and his slightly older sister just sort of like has her hand like just behind his head and is speaking. What language does everyone know?
I've got a couple.
I know
Common, Elvish, and Primordial.
Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Goblin.
Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Orc.
ZARLOK only speaks Common and Giant, so I won't even wait. I actually gave him Giant. He didn't even ask for Giant. I just gave him Giant because I thought like he should have it. GILDOR, you hear they're speaking in a refined dialect of Primordial. Primordial is an ancient language. This seems almost, you understand it, but it seems to have more of a modern like version of that language. And she's just uttering like, it's almost like it's hard because it's not really like a direct translation for it, but the essence of it is just almost like a child story where it's just like, there once was a child and he was scared and he was alone, but he had someone, he had someone to look after them, and he looks after her and she looks after him, and together we can look after each other, and that's us, and that's what we have been, and it's a cycle and it keeps repeating, and that's what we're doing for each other. And she's reminding her brother here of that story, and like he begins to like calm down, stop hyperventilating for a little bit, and at this point they notice you. And the brother gets like scared and like, you know, begins to like breathe deeper, and it goes through like the stages of a panic attack, which you recognize very clearly, GILDOR, as like this is someone going through a panic attack. And just as he almost opens his mouth and let out another one of those like battering like screams of energy, the older sister just clutches his hand, speaks faster and faster and faster, and he once again calms down. And the young girl looks at you and says, "Don't come any closer. How can you help us? Why did you come? What happened?"
We were told we needed to transport you both, but my friends and I, we want to help you. We don't want to hurt. We want to make sure you're safe and free, and you have your own choices as children, not just tied up and stuffed away. I know it's scary when you're small and you have magic. I feel that too. Feel my magical presence. I know what you're going through. It's okay. We're going to help you, I promise. What? Could you tell me a little bit about yourselves? What's your names? My name is GILDOR Gilgalad.
She as you say, like, feel my magical presence, you just feel like a tingle just go from the very top of your head just directly vertically straight down through your body to your toes, almost like you were being scanned by arcane means. And she breathes out for a second and she says, I'm Iria, and this is my little brother Kale. We don't really, a lot of stuff has happened to us. We don't really understand it. We used to live just with our parents. It was in a small village. I don't even know where. I didn't know too much. We're only children. Our parents were followers of Bahamut, and they prayed every day for us to be healthy and to do Bahamut's will and to be good. And we tried to follow in their teachings, and one day, well, me and my brother, we just changed. I can't explain it, but we just had these gifts and these powers, and we couldn't control them, and they tried to understand it, and they got too close, and she covers Kale's ears and whispers, I think we're the reason they died. I think it was one day it just everything went black, and we looked up and they were just burnt corpses of they were like, it's almost like they were burned with a power stronger than fire. We don't know what happened, and well, we were on the run. We left, and one day we were camping out in the woods, and we were captured, and we woke up, and our eyes were covered, our mouths were covered, our arms were covered, and we've been there ever since. Please, we haven't eaten in so long.
It's okay, Iria. Bad things can happen sometimes. It doesn't make you a bad person. You're just a child, and like you said, this is the first time you're experiencing these things. It's okay. You don't deserve to be bound and made to be put away against your will for it. It's okay. We're here to help you, I promise. I would like to mage hand any kind of sort of rations or food that we have, even just a little bit, just send one over as a gesture of goodwill sort of thing.
You see, you send over a set of rations. It's just some stale bread, a little bit of cheese, just stuff that you've picked up along the road, and she breaks it apart, and it's a 2/3 to 1/3 split. Gives the 2/3 to her younger brother, gives him all of the cheese, and she just takes a small little bit of bread for herself and just nibbles on that and says, Thank you.
Iria, I think you're a very, very brave little girl. And me and my friends, these are my brave friends. This is Jean-Pierre, this is YEGOR, and this is ZARLOK. I promise you now, on the name of Mistra and on the binding of the weave itself, that we will do everything we can to make sure you're okay. Do you mind if we come a little closer? I don't think it's entirely safe out here for you both.
She just nods her head and continues to try and feed some more food to Kale.
I'm going to close the distance slowly, as much as I can.
Kale begins to shudder again, and Iria whispers in his ear and calms him down and just relaxes him a little bit. And as you get closer, she's just constantly just stroking his head. If he had hair, she'd be playing with the hair, but because they are both completely bald, just stroking the back of the hair and just trying to comfort him.
Do I get the sense that Kale can even speak or communicate?
You get the sense that he probably has the ability to, but right now every fibre of his being is being focused on controlling himself. And you realise that his sister is a big part of why he is stable right now. I'll even say, now that you're closest to them both, make an Arcana check for me. You don't fully understand magic older than the weave yet. You've had a lot of experience with it, but still a lot of it is unknown. You're just going purely off of feel and just a vibe and intuition at this point. But you almost feel like Kale is a spark of just pure energy. It's raw, it's emotional, it's unstable, whereas you feel like Iria is like an anchor of sorts, a dampener. And the two were kept in such close proximity to each other to keep Kale's raw energy anchored and stabilized and dampened. And him waking up and seeing that she was in basically in chains, bound up and completely unable to say anything to him and comfort him in that way, is the reason why he just freaked out and just lost control. He didn't have his sister there to whisper in his ear, to calm him down, to control him. She really is that anchoring presence to him. And whilst he is just pure energy, pure, like, unstable primordial energy and primordial magic. And you would say on that Arcana check as well, that doesn't track of them being Asimars. Asimars is a celestial descendant. They have energy. That's like primordial energy wouldn't work for Asimars. Asimars are people that are descendants of celestials, of gods, of deities.
Yeah.
This is something different.
And she said before she was normal and then she got powers.
Yeah, they were. She said how they were children of like followers of Bahamut, and one day they just awoke with the like. They were. Well, as you can speak to her every little bit, and you can get some more information of her. But yeah, she just said it happened one day.
Iria, is there somewhere you would like to go? Is there somewhere safe for you? Like, is there a home for you, or is there somewhere you know that you would like to be taken to?
I don't know. I don't even know where home is. That's okay. It was just a small village out in the countryside. I don't even know if it was in this country, in this continent, in this world. I don't know. I need to keep Kale safe.
I'm gonna do something here. I'm going to take my cloak of invisibility off. I'm going to hand it to ZARLOK, and I'm going to say, please, could you rip that in half?
Good fucking noise. Quality noise. What the fuck?
I'm thrown off by how good that was.
It needed no further description from me as a DM. You've done it all for me. Perfect.
Matt Mercer fucking noise right there.
I'm going to give the top half to her and the bottom half to him and say, tie this around you, each of you, and if I ever give you a signal or tell you to, tap into the magic of it and you'll both be safe for a period of time, and you run away as far as you can and I'll find you, okay? I promise.
Wait, are you leaving us?
No, I'll not until you are both okay. Not until you tell me you want me to or that you feel ready. Not.
She goes over to Kale, gives him the half of the invisibility cloak that you've separated, and just in primordial says to him, "Just put this around. Stay close to me. I'll keep us safe. These guys they're gonna look after us. They're gonna help us. Are you better enough to just get moving? Are you okay to keep going?" And he nods and like sniffles his nose, puts his arm and like rubs his arm across his nose to like wipe away some of that blood. Shakily gets up to his feet, and they both don the cloaks.
I turn and look at the boys, and one by one sending the message. What the fuck do we do here?
I'll cast sending back. I mean, you can. Well, whether or not I'm replying to it under the same spell or I'm casting.
Excuse me, I meant to say just message, just plain message cantrip. You're only there.
Yeah, sorry, message. That's what I meant, not sending. Look, this is clearly like really important to you. Whatever you think is right here is. I feel like this is like kind of your decision to make. This is clearly the most important to you out of anyone here. So whatever you feel like is right, I'm completely willing to back.
I have a responsibility as Master of Mages to protect those that shepherd magic, and if I turn my back on this, then what am I? What was my life as a young boy left on his own? You know, pushed down a path. Mine wasn't even that bad. I was just forced into a role I didn't want to be in God forbid, tied up, bound, and sold to God knows who, just because I didn't understand what kind of magic I could cast. It's my job as a spellcaster of responsibility to make sure these two are okay, and I won't jeopardize the mission for that. If you guys go on to find more information, go. I will take these kids and I'll make sure they're safe, and I'll come back. I can't get in the way of what's going on with you. That's not fair, but I can't leave these two, and I don't even know now if we can take them up there.
Yeah, I agree.
In the same way that you don't want to jeopardize the mission with this, I mean, I don't want to jeopardize anything that we're doing as a group just based on what's going on with me. So equally, like, if you, the three of you, wanted to get them to safety and I could just lay low on my own then in Northspire, then I'm happy to do that, and we can meet up at the what is it, the Green Ember, the Green Ember Inn.
Jade Ember Inn, yeah.
Jade Ember Inn. Either way, I'm happy. I mean,
Where's the Jade Ember Inn?
It's in Midspire.
It's Midspire. So either way, I'm happy, because I feel like this is an important thing, and I don't want to be like, oh well, like, you just like fuck off by yourself and figure that out. Like, I can equally do some important recon for myself whilst you lot get these clearly like two important people to safety. So I'm equally.
I'll say as well, on your Arcana checks, GILDOR, and it's been something that you've been thinking about in the background of this whole time, as in not even just today, but just like ever since you guys left the Shadowfell. It's been something on all of your minds, but mainly yours, GILDOR, because you're probably the best placed for this. You think back to what you learned in the Shadowfell about how Yeg's parents were bound, not allowed to leave the plane of the Shadowfell, the plane of Limbo, because they were anchored by dark primordial energy. And you learned that the only way to really undo this was with other primordial energy. And you wonder if the energy that these children possess could be used to free Yeg's parents. And I'm wondering if you've already thought that as GILDOR, but hasn't said it aloud, because you know what that might have to mean. It might have to mean bringing those children to the Shadowfell.
Well, look, to make this easier on you guys, there's an old friend that I would be interested in going and seeing at least what's going on with them in Northspire anyway. If you lot want to get these to safety and then we can meet up in Midspire, I feel like that makes it easier, because I can go off and do that without upsetting what the rest of the group is doing at that point, and then we can meet back up in Midspire and carry on with our mission.
Is the compass in Midspire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get the compass for ZARLOK's sake as well.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying Midspire is like portal call once we all meet back up.
I'm gonna bend down on one knee to Iria and say, Iria, me and my friends, we're on a big adventure at the moment, and that's how we bumped into you two. It was an accident. Would you like to go on an adventure with us for a little while?
I mean, I feel like our whole lives has been one big adventure. We just want to be safe. If you guys seem like you're good people, and we don't want to impose, but we'll go where we feel safe. But if you can't promise our safety, if you can't promise Kale's safety, I'd rather take my chances on our own.
I'm gonna send a message to Gil, and I'm gonna be like, look, this is the right thing for you to do. This is important. There's been so much about me and everything that's going on with me. You'll need ZARLOK in case shit goes sideways and something goes wrong here. And you need Yeg to maybe get out of a sticky situation where you need to kind of talk your way out. I'll be fine. I've got disguise self. I can hide in amongst the shadows. I'll be fine by myself. You get them to safety. Like, we've spent so much time sorting my shit out. Like, sort this shit out. It's absolutely fine.
Okay, we'll take the children to Midspire.
Mm-hmm.
You go do a reconnaissance on your own. We'll get the compass and then we'll leave.
Okay. Well, no. Well, we'll just go to Midspire and get the compass then.
Or do you? But what do you want to do on your own? Because I'm happy to.
It's not uber important. I was just saying, if you were like, I need to get these kids to safety immediately, then there is something I can go do. But that was it was not on like an immediate like. If we're going to Midspire, then let's get the compass, and you can get them out then. Like,
and then we'll come back. We have 10 days.
I thought you didn't want to take them into Midspire full stop.
I mean, if we're only going for the compass, I don't mind, because I've seen what the guy who has the compass looks like, and I know he's not, world-endingly threatening.
It wouldn't be him I'd be worried about. It'd be the Githyanki cunt and any other cunt in there. But like, look, it's
they're not the same. They're not the exact same location, are they?
Yes, yeah.
They're both in the Golden Fang Underground Nobles Club.
Through the Jade Ember Inn.
Yep.
Brilliant. Well, we've just royally fucked this, haven't we?
What do you mean?
It's on you. If you want to take them in, then we take them in. But if you don't want to take them into Midspire, I think it's just best to get them out now.
YEGOR, ZARLOK, what do you think?
I think no matter which way you look at it, something wrong is bound to happen. So if it's easier, we just take the kids to Midspire, get the compass, and come back. Oh, well, not come back, but leave.
I'm happy to remove. Let's go to Midspire. Let's go to this place, and I will hide with the children while you three do it, because I don't want to bring them in and then interrupt with the compass or have them even anywhere near. So let's do that.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I'm down.
Hey.
Let's go to Midspire.
All right. So do you want to? I'm assuming you want to come out of a tunnel in Midspire rather than going through low to get to mid.
No, we want to come out in Midspire, don't we?
Cool. So you head up towards where Brimstone Keep is. You ask around few people just like offhandedly to work out which tunnels are best to take towards to get to Midspire. They point you down to one, and you start to traverse through this tunnel. And these tunnels are they're just like dimly lit. They're like a rough little dirt path through a small 20-30 foot wide cave opening, and you pop out in the middle of Midspire in the late evening. You end up around about here-ish, along the just above the Merchant's Promenade, below the Artisan's Crown. It's late evening, but there is a real bustle along the street. There are people celebrating the fact that there's going to be a royal wedding. There are people talking about how there'll be festivals through the streets. Some of the nobles are talking about how they hope to be invited to the wedding dinner the day before. As preparations are being made, there's obviously talks of it being like a banquet the day before where nobles and wealthy figures from all over can come, pay their respects, give a small gift, wish the couple well, and also just lavish in the generosity of the crown before the actual ceremony the day after. You know that Jade Ember Inn is towards Noble Walk, so do you guys just journey straight over there, or do you make any other stops along the way?
I think because we've got these two dangerous, dangerous, I think, kids, I think we should just straight to the objective.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
No time for riff-raff.
Cool, so you... Just go on.
No, go ahead.
You guys make your journey to Noble Walk, and you find the sign of the Jade Ember Inn. It's a lovely bar, inn, tavern. It looks very well done from the outside. The sign is like a jade pot with some broiling flame coming out at the top. And at the front is a bugbear doorman in a full-on like set of finery. Like I'm talking like a shirt, suit jacket, trousers, like looking very well dressed. And you were given, ZARLOK was given that golden coin with the fangs on it by Harkon, the champion, and he did tell you guys that to give this to the doorman, he'll take you to said area.
I'm just gonna walk straight up to the front door with the coin in my hand.
The bugbear gentleman, he's taller than you are, ZARLOK. He's big. He says, you are here for the special event this evening. Please follow me. And he takes you around the side of the Jade Ember Inn, down like a small alley that sort of runs parallel to the door, to the tavern, sorry. There's a small hatch along the side, which he opens up, and there are stairs that descend downwards. So you begin to head down these stairs. And as you do, he says, please enjoy your evening. If this is your first time here, he hands you all a golden brooch, like a little pin that you can pin to yourself with an insignia of the Golden Fang on it. He says part of the Golden Fang is that, of course, we have multiple bouts and fights. Anyone wearing this brooch may be approached for a sanctioned bout. If they're not wearing a brooch, then they are not in the mood to fight this evening. There is no fighting whatsoever outside of the amphitheatre. All fights must be 1v1. Magic is allowed, as long as both parties permit it, and all fights are to the death, unless both parties agree to a different end condition. All fights may be bet on. Please look towards any of the bookies for if you'd like to make a bet on any of the on the bouts. And we obviously ask everything that happens in the amphitheatre and in the Golden Fang stays in the Golden Fang. All problems or thoughts that you may have about a certain person are to be left at the door. Otherwise, you'll be dealing with me and the rest of the enforcers downstairs. Just know that if you may not see many guards around, there are eyes constantly being on the lookout. So remember your manners. You are around nobles and people of high standing. Don't give me any reason to forcibly eject you from the premises. Please enter. And he gets to a set of wooden doors. He opens them and you enter this huge underground space. There is an... Hang on one sec. Oh, it's fine, I'll do it. I should have made 2 minutes, but it's too late now. There is this huge open-aired arena at the center, and then just these like columns of seating areas, and these all go deeper where there are bar areas, there are areas for bookies, there are people drinking, there are some areas where there are like half naked women dancing. It is full on like soiree, like proper club vibes. And everyone here is of nobility or is wealthy merchants. They are all well dressed. They are all like in finery with like jewelry just hanging off every part of their body. We're talking necklaces, earrings, piercings, like women wearing tiaras and these feather boas in these beautiful, gorgeous dresses. People are smoking, people are drinking. It is just a full-on like lavish affair. And as you guys walk around, you see currently at the center, we're still in the early parts of the evening. So the current entertainment, there are probably about 12 people downstairs at the base of the arena, all armed with like clubs, pitchforks, like some very like simple rudimentary swords and shields, and they all are looking like peasant attire. They look scared, and a announcer enters in front and says, "Members of the Golden Fang, before we get into this evening's sanctions bouts, allow us to have a light bit of entertainment for you all. Bookies are on levels 3 and 4. If you wish to make a bet, the bets currently will be who survives the longest. And he steps back, and a few moments later, this huge ash golem just comes out from this like gated area towards the back, and the peasants all scream and just try and run and take cover as this golem made of like swirling ash doesn't really seem to have like a physical corporeal form. It is just swirling ash and dark energy, just like pounces through, picks up a peasant in one hand, other hand just rips it in half, uses the lower half of the body to swat another one into the wall. He flies backward, head cracks into the wall, blood just passes everywhere. All of the nobles are hooting, hollering and cheering, putting bets. The one with the sword's going to make it to the end, and they're just throwing money around, laughing, and every time someone is killed, they're just laughing. They are just enjoying the spectacle of violence at the moment. So yeah, and you guys are all have the time to have your like just a journey around the area to see what you find, make any checks you want to look at, anything you're looking for. Feel free.
I want to go bet. I'm going to go find the bookings.
I am going to hand Yeg 84 gold coins.
Okay.
And say, when the time comes, put all my money on ZARLOK.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn to ZARLOK, and before he can say anything, give him a huge hug and be like, this is it, buddy. Go fucking get him! And then I'm going to take both children by the hand and say, Iria, Kale, remember what I said earlier about the cloaks? Let's do it now. Let's see what we can see together. And I'm going to make them go invisible, and I'm going to disguise self as a guard and sort of just try and be as nondescript in the corner as possible, like in the shadows if I can, basically.
So I'll say as you'll sort of get the lay of the land, you realize the guards in here aren't Northspire guards. They may well do that as their day job, but they're not wearing the attire of Northspire guards. They're all in like Northspire guards wear like orange, bronze, and green as their colours, kind of like the Whiterun guards in Skyrim, kind of very similar to that what they wear. The guards here are all dressed in just like gold and refinery. They've got like gold cloaks, like leather armor with gold trim on them. So you disguise yourself as one of those, and you find a dark corner to stay hidden with the children.
I mean, I'm going to give ZARLOK a little slap on the bum, give him some bardic inspiration, and say, never in doubt, buddy. And then I'm going to cast Disguise Self on myself, and I would like to disguise myself as was it the Dane? The patriarch of the Dane family, the one that was a slightly smaller house, which is
the ones that now have custody of Emberdeep Hall, Brimstone Keep. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, they are. The Danes, Lord Halverick Dane. Are you looking to disguise as the Lord or just someone of that family?
Well, did I have much knowledge of them / their family?
You know that Lord Halverick Dane was a bit of a player. He had a whole collection of bastards that all like wanted some sort of part of his land, because obviously before he used to own a lot of the Dawnfields, he was a bit like yourself. He would fraternize with the more attractive farmers' daughters and end up with a bunch of bastards. He had no true-born heir, but loads of bastard sons.
Did I, to my knowledge, would this be the kind of place that he would visit? Most likely.
From what you learned from the Grey Lanterns, you know that he probably keeps himself in Brimstone Keep at the moment. So okay. He would definitely be allowed to be here, but whether or not he would actually come is a different thing.
I'll disguise myself as him.
Okay, cool. Amazing. So you disguise yourself as Halverick Dane. Yeg's gone off to bed. Mm-hmm. You are hiding in the shadows with the children, Gil. ZARLOK, what are you doing?
That badge was on ZARLOK. As the bloke was speaking and said, anyone who puts the badge on like the pendant, like is willing to fight. He had already done it as he literally gave it to him.
Cool. And are you seeking out?
I'm walking over to the gate to enter.
Cool. So you head over to the gate, and there is a like a small dwarven man. He's a bit older, like he's got a bit of grey into his beard. He says, someone that wishes to fight. Well, you look like a rather strapping young gentleman. You look rather strong. Do you have a bout sanctioned, or are you just here to fight whoever?
I'm gonna pull out the compass and just show him the compass and not say anything.
He kind of stares at you blankly and says, "I'm not sure what you're after." And
I'm just gonna shout. Go on.
As he looks at you blankly, a hand comes up on his shoulder, and you see coming from behind him is Harkon, the Minotaur, and says, the Dark Plane Guard. I wondered when I would see you again. He gives you a smile and says, I guess you're here for that bout that was promised.
Yes, I am here for this bout, but I will give you one opportunity to just hand me over the compass. You are an extremely nice guy, and I do not want to hurt you.
He smiles and says, I have lived a long and fortuitous life. I have learnt many things, and perhaps some things I can still yet to teach before I go, and maybe you'll be a willing student. If it is my time to go, I would like it to be in this arena in a bout of glory. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give up easy. And he chuckles and says to the dwarven man, Torek, put us down for a bout. We'll close the night out, the two of us. I think it will be one for the ages. In the meantime, would you like to share a drink as we wait for the other bouts to finish? And
good fellow.
He chuckles and he takes you off to a private room, and you see that he is someone that is revered by people here. Like, people whisper, like, oh my god, that's Harkon, he's the champion. Like, people realise that he's famous in these areas. He is the reigning champion of this arena. No one can defeat him. He has defeated all manner of beasts, of monsters, of anyone else that have come to him, and everyone, hearing that he's going to fight tonight, bookies are going to mad. They have you as 100-1 long shot.
Oh no!
Dude, put the house on it! Put the house on it!
You are this nobody. You are this nobody from like who no one knows who they are. You are just this big. You're like, yeah, he's a big Goliath bloke, but this is Harkon we're talking about. He's defeated everyone. Like, they are going crazy thinking about.
As people are like walking, like as we're like walking past people, and they're like going mental. I look so dumb. He thinks they're like cheering for him, and he's like walking past, thanking people. He's like, "Thank you."
So he takes you to this little private room area, and it's like, you think from what you've seen, like, you could get whatever you want in here: drugs, women, like anything you want. You just get your fingers, and it comes to you. His area is like quite relaxed. There's a small like training area to the side where there's like some straw dummies that he like practices like his bouts with, and like just practicing like some sword work with, and a small bar with just a couple of bottles of whiskey, a couple of bottles of brandy, and a keg of ale. He's like, what's your poison, please? Help yourself. And he pours himself a small glass of whiskey with some ice, and sits on like a very comfortable but more standard, like very just like form over function couch.
I'm gonna ask for the same, but I'm not actually gonna drink it. I'm just gonna like pretend to drink it, because
that's all good.
ZARLOK is in his head. He's like, this is a one-up. This guy's drunk, like.
So he sits down and he starts sipping his whiskey, and he says, "So, I actually don't know your name. You were just imposing as a guard, I guess, at the time. And your friend who charmed me, I hold no grudges, but you could have just told me who you were. I would have been happy to just have a conversation with you. But we're here now."
Well, I am ZARLOK Greathorn, and I am, as you can see, the most stylish giant you've ever seen.
Well, I have seen many a giant. I was actually raised by giants, you see. Hill giants back on the continent of Nithrelis. I was an orphan, and I didn't really do well in care. I was bullied a lot, weirdly enough. There wasn't many minotaurs in care where I was. And I decided to go and get strong, and I ventured out on my own, and I encountered a campment of giants, and they very nearly killed me. But these giants were intelligent, and we spoke, and I'd said that I wanted them to teach me. I learned the ways of the ancient giant magic and their fighting styles and their teachings, and in return I kept relations between the common folk and the giants peaceful. It was a nice existence, and it was actually there that I received this compass and learnt all about it. Where did you get yours from? They're extremely rare, and I wonder how much or little you actually know.
I'll be honest, we've had this compass for so long, I can't actually remember where it got it from.
It was given to you by Valandor Shiro in the elven the elven warrior who had like the sword magic. He gave it to you when you were before you guys left Zahir.
Yeah, I'll just explain that to him. Like.
Yeah. Because and this elven man, did he explain to you the history of these compasses?
He did not. He only told me that when I feel it means that another compass is nearby.
Ah, well,
He clearly sound effects.
he clearly knows of the way they work. Allow me to, whilst we wait for these other bouts to finish, and you see at this point there is 2 peasants left. And this ash golem is just sort of standing there waiting, like seeing which one's going to blink first. As we wait for these senseless bouts to finish, let me explain to you the history behind these. So, according to legend, according to research that I've been able to ascertain, originally these compasses were not numbered. They weren't, and they did not point to each other. They were actually given to 4 of his servants, angels, that were angels of justice that would go on grand quests and adventures to bring evil to justice back in the old days. You know, paladins of the celestial plane where Tyr was from, and they would journey around. These compasses would point them to existential threats, and they would bring them to justice. But well, the angels themselves, the 4 angels, legends say, disagreed on who was the strongest, who was Tyr's favourite, who was the strongest of the 4 of them. And soon they did not concern themselves with bringing justice to the evil. They instead wanted to prove themselves against each other. They bastardized the actual points of these compasses, their reasons for being, and instead decided to fight each other. Now, it's unknown which angel won, which angel lost. It said the angel that did survive and did defeat the other 3 fell from grace, was rejected by Tyr, and now resides over one of the hellish planes as a fallen angel. And in doing so, the compasses became these bastardized versions of themselves that now point to each other and have never been reconstituted as a foursome together. They have always been separate. And according to my belief and my research, if 4 compasses are brought together, it will end this bastardized curse on them of pointing to victims and to warriors, and instead will grant to the person holding it the power of a warrior's judgment of smiting enemies as long as their goals are that of something benevolent and of good, and of being in alignment with Tyr's teaching. Tyr, of course, being a protective god, a judgment god, a god of order and goodness. But alas, it has been thousands of years, and these compasses have never been together. Perhaps you will be the one to bring them together. Perhaps it will be me. All we know is that after today, 2 will be together.
why do you want the 4 compasses?
I don't think I do want the 4 compasses particularly. I think the teachings the giants gave me has allowed me to become strong. And if I was to gain 2, then perhaps I would go on a journey. But I have not sought out compass number 2. I've had compass number 3 for a while now. I've never sought out compass number 2. I'm content with the life I have lived. I have learnt a lot. I have had a year, 2 years, 3 years here at the Golden Fang as the champion, and it has been nice. But I long to reach the afterlife of the giants and come back to the people that taught me. If that is today, so be it. If not, someone will come along, defeat me, take these compasses, and maybe they will find the history and the meaning behind them all. I'm interested in the history of them, don't get me wrong, but call it curiosity rather than a necessity to understand it. Why do you want the 4 compasses?
Funny.
Well, I hope on your journey you learn the true meaning of what a warrior is.
Well, my good sir, I can tell you a great warrior, and that is why I'm going to enjoy every moment of our great battle.
I do hope it will be legendary. I am very much excited. It won't be long to go now. I think a few more bouts and we will be up. So feel free to warm yourself up over there with my setup. Have as much alcohol as you wish. You're not permitted to stay here your entire time. Feel free to carry on going around, but I will be here relaxing and happy to have conversation about any bouts we've been on in the past. Greatest foes, greatest enemies. That is something I love, exchanging those stories.
I'm gonna run out and run over to one of the bookies and cover my face with my muscles and be like, I want to put a bet on the last fight on the other big guy, not the main guy, the other guy.
Well, certainly we're currently running that offer at 100 to 1. How much would you like to bet?
20 gold pieces, please.
Cool. He takes your money, gives you a betting slip, hands it over to you and says, well, good luck. All bets will be cashed out at the end of the evening. Good luck.
I'd also like to bet.
Yeah, feel free.
I am putting down... What is the biggest bet that's allowed? Do you have a max bet?
Well, with the current odds we're running, we max them out at 100 gold. For reduced odds, we can do a larger bet, but it depends on what you are willing to bet.
So Okay, so 100 gold is the max you will allow me to put down if...
100 to 1, yes.
At 100, I understand. I'm going to put down 100 gold on the last fight, the bald one, I think.
Certainly, he takes your 100 gold, puts the betting slip, and again, you're all sorted.
Love that for myself.
Are you putting down the 84 gold as well for?
Oh yes, sorry, and a second.
Yes.
This is separate. Sorry, I forgot. I'm looking at my hand and I'm going, why do I have 84 gold coins? Oh yeah, sorry. There's a second bet. Here's 84 gold. Also on the bald one.
Perfect. He does that for you as well and says, here you go, and please, good luck, enjoy your evening, and yes, we'll speak to you soon.
See you later.
At this point...
Do not fuck this up.
At this point, JAFF, disguised as Lord Halverick Dane, how are you doing? Are you just taking a seat and observing? Are you wandering around? Are you looking for anyone in particular? What are you doing?
Well, what I would have done was heard the odds were 100 to 1 and immediately gone and put a bet on ZARLOK.
You're more welcome to do that now. Tell me how much you want to put on. I'm making notes of it all.
So I'd tell him I had 100 to, just like Yeg did, I'd tell him I'd have 100 to 1, and then a different bet, I'd put 21, which is the rest of my extra gold, on a different bet at 100 to 1 as well, without the reduced odds.
For Lord Dane.
Yeah, could I just keep putting down separate 100 gold bets.
Yeah, seemingly that's it's not been patched yet, so that's the method. And then I probably would have gone and after doing that, taken my bet slips and just gone and attempted to have like a short rest, to be honest.
Cool. So you find like there's a plush like set of sofas around the side.
I think before doing that, I would have kept my eye out for anyone that I would recognise, but.
Make a perception check as you're taking your long rest, your short rest. Sorry, having a little sip of a drink you brought over.
Anyway.
You look around. There's a lot of like nobility, and like a lot of it is not like the higher nobility, it's more like the lower nobility and like wealthy, corrupt businessmen who people that probably over the 7 years you've been gone has just completely changed under new rule. But as you're sitting there on this sofa, you've been brought over a glass of wine by a waitress as a sort of free of charge gesture as you're sitting here. They see that you're Lord Halverick Dane and just bring you stuff. A hand just plants on your shoulder and you look over and it's green, almost scaly skin.
Fuck.
And you hear a familiar voice and you hear someone say, Lord Dane, it is surprised to see you up here in Midspire, but a pleasant one, I must say. I was actually planning to make the journey down to Brimstone Keep myself at some point. And as you turn around and to look at the hand on your shoulder, you see a Githyanki male, and you recognise him to be Mordrak of the Venari, wearing very strange attire for what you expected to be wearing. He is dressed in like finery. Usually you saw him in like, you know, armor, like he was in like a light leather armor with a double-handed double-ended staff with two rapier blades on either end, like curved rapier blades on each end, and it was almost like his own like custom-made weapon. He still has that on his back, but he is dressed in finery and says, Lord Dane, it is interesting to see you here, but we must catch up. Please come to my private area. And he takes you over to his private area, and that is where we will end tonight's session. We'll start off next week's session with the fight and that conversation.
Yippee!